I just say Roxy.
Tell us,
This is the Rumor Report.
It's Roxy Romeo.
Roxy been iHeart Mafia all these years.
I just say Roxy.
If you want to know if something is like cool or if it's hip, the only way that you're going to know is if somebody from the culture, the black culture, co-signs it.
On The Breakfast Club.
Turn it up.
So we are going to learn something together today because I definitely didn't know this. Envy started schooling me earlier this morning. Of course, you know today is hip-hop's 50th birthday. So where did hip-hop actually first start? So 50 years ago, August 11th, 1973, a young lady named Cindy Campbell wanted to throw a back-to-school party in her Bronx apartment, Recreation Center. In an attempt to save money, Cindy asked her brother to DJ the party since he had this incredible sound system that he was known for. Well, Cindy's brother wanted to play music all night long so that people could dance the entire time. So he played the break beats from all the biggest records on a continuous loop on 2 turntables. Cindy's brother, who DJ'd that party in the Bronx, is now widely known as DJ Kool Herc.
Kool Herc.
And that was the inception of hip-hop. From that point on, that became the party culture in New York City. 7 years later, hip-hop got its first commercial hit in 1980 with Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang, and the name hip-hop came directly from the song, which I think we have a clip.
See, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Bang, bang to the boogie to up jumps the boogie to. Yeah, shout to Sylvia Robinson. That happened actually in 1979, but shout to the Sugar Hill Records team and gang out in Jersey.
I mean, it happened in 1979?
79 is when that record came out.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, it changed the course of all of our lives. You know, we are all here because of hip-hop. I'm wondering why we just celebrating hip-hop's 50th. Why don't we celebrate hip-hop's birthday every year?
Right. I mean, it's one of those things. I think hip-hop is one of those genres where they always say it's a young person's game. And if you listen to rock and roll or you listen to pop or you listen to even R&B or reggae, like they celebrate good music. And we don't, a lot of times, like we don't hear none of those records.
I mean, they got classic rock stations.
Yeah, but even on the classic rock stations, they still play old records. Like if you listen to pop stations, they'll still play. Yeah, they'll still play Nirvana at the new pop station. They'll still play those type of records. Even R&B. And the R&B station, they'll play new and old. But a lot of times we don't. So, but definitely salute to hip hop. If it wasn't for hip hop and the creation of it, I mean, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be a DJ. I wouldn't be doing the thing that I love. So I always salute the OGs and the people that came before me.
So it is 2023. Hip-hop's 50th birthday. Hip-hop has become a culture-shifting, worldwide influencer from music to fashion, which, Charlamagne, you talked about, hair, and even the way we speak. So today we salute DJ Kool Herc, who is now reportedly 68 years old and still active.
Yes.
And you know what, Envy? I feel like part of the reason is you look at a lot of like influential people in this industry that may not necessarily be artists. Like I've definitely heard Jermaine Dupri talk about the fact that hip-hop is a young man's game. And L.A. Reid. So when you have people that are that influential saying that, then you know people are going to start believing it.
I wouldn't say that. Jermaine Dupri came up as a dancer for Houdini, so he embodies everything hip hop, and he's one of the main people that have lasted decades in this industry. So when I see artists like LL Cool J, who was here this week, when did LL put out his first record? 80 something?
Yeah, he was 16. I mean, saying hip hop is a young man's game is just a cliche thing to say, because the reality is, if you take a step back and you look at hip hop in its totality, it's not just a young man's game anymore. But we just like Biggie said, whoever thought hip hop would take it this far, nobody probably thought hip hop would get to 50 years old, and you would still have people in their 40s, late 40s, over 50 that's still relevant and still, doing things in a very impactful way for our culture.
Yeah, you got Grandmaster Flash that's still out there. You got DJ Red Alert that's still out there. You got some of these OGs and icons from Slick Rick to Run DMC to Houdini to Jermaine Dupri that's still out there, still relevant, still making music, still touring, still doing well. So,
but I was thinking about the people like the Jay-Z's and the Nas's and the Dr. Dre's and the Diddy's, who are doing so many amazing things in the business world.
Right. LL
but
Cool
it was
J.
all rooted in LL Cool J, but it's
50.
all rooted in the foundation of hip hop.
How important do you think it is for the younger hip hop artists to know the history? Because you know that most of them don't. I wonder if they even have ever heard that song.
Well, it's very important, and you always have room to learn. But what I think is more important for these younger artists is one thing that hip hop being 50 has shown us is, in order to be truly great, right? To be considered truly a legend, you got to have longevity.
Right.
Because you're talking with the people we just named have been around for 25, 30,
plus years. Yeah.
So in order to really be considered a great, to really be considered a legend, you can't just be hot for a few years. Like, you got to have that longevity. You got to have a decade of veteran, to me, personally.
Yeah, more than 10 years, though. I think to be that, 20.
To even get in the conversation, to me, you got to have a decade
absolutely.
in.
Like, you look at Snoop, you look at Master P, you look at Dr. Dre, you look at Outkast, you look at T.I.
That's right.
You know, those brothers have been doing it for a long time and still relevant, still active. So
that's why
you just got to salute them.
I have no problem entertaining conversations about Drake being one of the GOATs, Kendrick being one of the GOATs, Cole being one of the GOATs. Even a Future, because they got a decade in.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a decade or better in, you can be in the conversation, because hip hop has shown us that you got to have longevity.
Correct.
In order to be considered a legend.
That's right.
Agreed.
And all morning long, I'm going to be doing mixes that's representing hip hop, whether it's Naughty by Nature, or it's Outkast, or it's T.I., or it's Dr. Dre, NWA, Run DMC, LL Cool J, Sugar Hill Gang, KRS-One, Nas. I'm going to be doing mixes all morning long. I'm going to be sprinkling them all in. Luke, Trick Daddy, and all that. Can we get one on right now?
Yes, take it to the 305.
I mean, it's hip hop, man. Can we get one of the mixes on now? He gonna load up a mix, and then when we come back, Teslin Figaro will be joining us. We got front page news, and then Yo Gotti will be here. We good, Eddie? He said, "Give him 1 second."
You know, you had 50 years to plan this, Eddie. Okay.
Eddie's not 50 years old, but he did have some time.
You at least had a year.
Yeah, you at least had a year, though. Dude. You gonna figure this out. We good? We getting in? We good? He said 2.
Wait, 1 minute.
20 seconds. He said 20 seconds.
Hip hop will be 50 all day, Eddie said. Eddie said hip hop will be 50 all day. I got you. At some point today, I got you. Okay?
All right, we'll play top of the hour, and then we'll get that on, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Then Teslin will be joining us.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.